Welcome to SK1 News, Season 5, Episode 5. I'm coming back over here on the news side. Ain't been on the news side since I did the 2 parts over on the SK1 show to must be, something to this. And I'm coming back with more and more and more. But this one gonna be like a part 1, part 2, and it's gonna get you into the episode when me and Dansler get on here. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna call him up after I finish this episode, and we can discuss on coming on the next one, and we can talk about this GMO stuff. First thing first, I'm gonna say R.I.P. to O.J. Simpson. This was very shocking, and I haven't seen the episode with Mason Cameron when he was on there talking about his cancer situation. That cancer is going around like crazy, y'all. And this is just why I want to talk GMOs. I want to talk the air outside. I want to talk body chemicals and stuff that we use on our bodies and stuff like that. And I also want to get into the discussion of, what's going on with this inflation and stuff like that with Joe Biden. And I have a few other things that I want to share. So, just this not gonna be as long as the SK1 show was. I had a lot to discuss on them 2 episodes. They really went into an hour and some change. That's why I didn't bring the playlist. If I would have brought the playlist, then it would have went a little longer. I am coming back with another playlist before the time is up for the playlist, but the direction the SK1 show is going into now, that's going to be the new way of me doing it. So it's going to be similar to how I'm doing it over here on SK1 News, which is though how I'm doing it over here on SK1 News, it definitely will be just straight how I'm doing it now. Over there on SK1 show, it's going to be that, but it's going to be stories and part, and it's always going to be talking about music and stuff like that. So that side is going to stay where that side is going to be, and I may add another segment into it. I don't know yet, but how it is now, after the playlist, that's the direction that show is going into. So I will be covering a lot of stories over there as much as I can, and I will be covering as much as I know and much as I researched and read up on a lot of people, and I don't care what artist. It could be the artists of today, the artists of yesterday. It's gonna be, going into that direction. So if y'all some music lovers, don't worry, the playlist is out, but the music will be over there, and I will be sharing a lot of history and stuff like that. But to break it all over here, let's get into discussion. It was announced today that O.J. Simpson was diagnosed with cancer, and it must have spread. I don't know what kind of cancer it was. I will read up on it, but yeah, they said he was suffering for a little bit with it. So and it's tough. The man that got out 2-3 years ago, probably a little longer than that, probably been 4. I know he got out around the time and be a little around COVID. COVID was still going on, but he wasn't out of jail long, and it probably was before COVID though. It probably was 2019. Anyway, just to hear that, see, anything can make your cancer cells go bad. And you could be the healthiest person in the world. Yeah, I don't care how much healthier you could be, the healthiest person in the world, and gain bad cancer cells. Um, and it make you question when you were younger and they had you taking them shots when you went to school to get your shots from being sick. You had to get them vaccines and stuff back then. That make you question about them vaccines. Cause I know a bunch of healthy people that's healthy as I don't know what. They don't touch anything to make them sick. But also gotta be mindful that from the deodorant to the shampoo to the toothpaste to, did I say lotion? Lotion to, like I said, body soap and all of that. When you rub something on your skin, that goes through your pores. You know what I'm saying? When you rub it, so let's just say everything turns into the form of liquid. So the form of liquid goes through your body. You know what I mean? So as the form of liquid goes through your body, what you think is doing to your bloodstream? You know what I'm saying? See, most people bodies can handle that because they may have a better immune system, or they may have a better, you know, everybody got different blood types. Let's put it to you like that. What somebody else may have been diagnosed with, you may not be diagnosed with it. You may not, it might not even touch you. Because our body cells are definitely different. Yeah, we bleed the same, we got the same organs and stuff like that, but some of our bodies can take certain things. Some of us was born with a different immune system to us. So we may can handle things better than somebody else. Not to say that we should, if we do, we should continue on eating or doing bad stuff, because for one, if you continue on, eventually it will break it down. Like your counts may be just too high, whereas though it just don't affect you. You may be already immune to it, but that doesn't say that anything can't get in your body and you would get a deadly disease from. Um, I'm saying this to say that when you look at it, when COVID hit, a lot of people was dying. And they said that it was the COVID that was taking people out. But then turn around, you heard a lot of people dying from cancer. A lot. So, all I'm saying is that you can have diabetes. Please take care of yourself. You can have high blood pressure. Please take care of yourself. Because sugar and salt, like all that sodium and stuff, is the main ingredient in everything we touch. If you think you're getting away from sugar, you're not getting away from sugar. Because if you think you ate a piece of bread that day and you ducking sugar, nope. If you think you ate some of that Heinz ketchup or whatever ketchup you ate and you think you ducking, Heinz ketchup, the the most the most of the ingredient that's in there is the high. You might as well just pour the whole sugar bag in the Heinz ketchup, because that's take up the whole ingredient. You got more sugar in that Heinz ketchup than you got uh, uh, tomato. You know, tomato is in there. That's one of the main ingredients that they put in there, but it's more sugar in that tomato. That's what make Heinz ketchup get that taste that it got, and it got a little sodium. So you mix sugar, sodium, all of that together. This is just what you get. Nobody on here is doctors. It's just a simple fact that GMOs come in a lot of things that we touch and eat. You know, if you're not growing it, if you're not killing it, and if you're not doing anything in your own home, in your kitchen, in your yard, Back in the day, people had their own. They had their own. Oh my goodness, I can't get it. Oh my goodness. They had their own place where they grew their stuff at. I just can't garden. They had their own gardens. My grandfather had a garden, and I remember he used to tell us, don't step in that garden. But he used to grow his own, you know, vegetables. He used to grow tomatoes. He used to grow cucumbers. He used to grow all of that stuff. He made his own onion pickles. He made his own pickles. He made all of that, and it was a pantry, and he would put that stuff and store that stuff in. So we really didn't have to go to the store to get any of that stuff, because it was right there, So we knew where it was coming from, and that right there was the days. I don't think he could do that anymore because how the city went down. The city is not the same. Is more the city. Let me put it to you like this: we had a mayor called Kirk Spoke, you know, and we had a few mayors before him, but we was doing neighborhood cleaning. So the neighborhood would get together and we would go out there and we would clean. You know, we would get the trash out of the alleys and stuff like that, and they gave us cleaning tools, and we got to keep the push brooms and whatever we had. They had them big bags and stuff like that. We used to, as a neighborhood, we used to all come together and clean the neighborhood together. And then after we clean the neighborhood, we had a big old block party. That was getting us prepared for it, but that didn't only help for the block party. That helped for that helped us for the air quality out there. I mean because the air was being polluted. It was being polluted outside. All the trash and stuff like that. And I mean, it's sorry to say, but the world ain't like that no more. But we did have them times where as though we was able to do whatever. On that note, I'll be back.
O.J. Simpson, a Pro Football Hall of Famer who would later be tried and ultimately acquitted of double murder in one of the most publicized trials in American history, has died at 76 years old after a battle with cancer. His family sent out a statement saying Simpson died on Wednesday surrounded by his children and grandchildren. Simpson is one of the most decorated football players in history. At USC, he won the 1968 Heisman Trophy and was a two-time All-American. The Buffalo Bills selected him with the first overall pick in 1969. Following a slow start, he began to dominate, notching the NFL's first 2,000-yard season en route to an MVP award in 1973. He ended up playing 11 years in the NFL, the final 2 in San Francisco, totaling over 11,000 yards and 5 first-team All-Pro nods. After his football days, he became one of America's most popular figures, starring in commercials and movies. However, on June 12, 1994, his ex-wife, Nicole Brown Simpson, and her friend, Ron Goldman, were murdered in Los Angeles. 5 days later, after an arrest warrant was issued for Simpson, he led the police on an infamous slow-speed car chase in his white Ford Bronco, which was seen on TV by an estimated 95 million people. The subsequent murder trial captivated the nation's attention in 1995, ending in his acquittal. He was later found liable for a wrongful death in a civil trial. We, of course, mentioned the tweet from his family. Here is what we saw this morning, reading, quote, "On April 10th, our father, Orenthal James Simpson, succumbed to his battle with cancer. He was surrounded by his children and grandchildren." The tweet went on to say, "During this time of transition, his family asks that you please respect their wishes for privacy and grace." That, of course, signed by the Simpson family. We will, of course, keep you updated on CBS Sports HQ as we learn more about the death of O.J. Simpson.
O.J. Simpson has died after battling cancer. Simpson's family confirmed he died last night in Las Vegas. He once garnered fame and fortune.
Welcome back to the SK1 show. You know, I ain't going that far into talking about the health tips on this show today because, like I said, I gotta save a little from when me and Dancer get on here to talk. You know, I just, shared a little with y'all, earlier, and I know on probably like all four of my seasons, I probably talked about GMOs. I mean, that's just one of the topics that I gotta stay on because of the simple fact that I gotta remind myself some of the times that, hey, don't do too much of this. And yeah, let me tell y'all one thing. Let me tell you about these doctors. And this not to put a doctor down or say anything wrong about a doctor. This is not none of that. This is what I'm saying, and this is my opinion. I really will hope everybody go to their doctor though. This is what I'm telling y'all. I will hope anybody. If you gotta go to your doctor. You do. You know what I'm saying? That's just hands down. So I'm not telling nobody don't go to your doctor. That's important. What I am saying though, this is what I'm saying. When you go to your doctor, right, you get blood work done. You may go for a physical and all this other kind of stuff. This is test to find out what's going on with you. You need to know what's going on with you. If you don't know, you won't know, and you'll end up in a situation where as though sometimes they can't catch it in time to save it. You know what I mean? So by you not going at all, that's the worst thing to do. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people lives could have been saved because if they would have went to the doctors, they would have found out what's going on with them so they can get it treated. And that's just the main thing. What I'm about to say though is that anything in life is a business. Me on the other hand, I fix computers, I fix phones, I fix a lot of stuff that's dealing with the technology world. I've done a lot of fire sticks and stuff like that. Which is though that's not in my world it's not hard to do. That's just like one of the easiest things, but that's something that a tech won't tell you, like when Best Buy's got the Geek Squad. The Geek Squad don't do much. They take your device, right? And what they do is they troubleshoot what's going on with it. When they troubleshoot what's going on with it, they got the problem. It only take them no more than 5 to 10 minutes to fix that problem. But they'll hold your device to make you think that they doing something more to it. And it depends on what it is. It depends on how much of it they gotta clean out and bag up. But still, that's cleaning out and bagging up. They got the tools in there to do what they gotta do to get it on a snap. But no, that's not what they do. They hold your stuff. You know what I'm saying? They hold it. I fix a lot of computers, y'all. They hold it and tell you, okay, all right, you can come back and get it, and charge you a high bill for it. Let me say this. And other notes on that, though, another problem occurred. Now you gotta go back to that Geek Squad. The Geek Squad is that doctor. You gotta go back to that Geek Squad because he fixed one problem, But then later on, something else happened where as though you gotta run it back to that Geek Squad. And they gotta fix that problem. You get where I'm coming from? So a doctor is not gonna cure anything. Just like that tech couldn't cure that computer. Let me tell you why. Because they give you, with the computer, they give you the software to clear viruses and stuff out there, right? But that's the medicine. That's the medicine that your computer getting is, and you gotta pay every year to renew some kind of subscription. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do all of this other stuff. But at the same time, while you treating this computer with this medicine, that's not really protecting your computer all the way. I mean, it's getting protection on there, trust me. But at the same time, it's gonna be something else occur. Well, when you put it into medical terms, I don't know too much about medical terms, y'all. So I can't fully tell you what a doctor know, but I can say this. Due to experience of dealing with medicines that doctors give you from side effects, you're going back to that doctor because that side effect did something else and it didn't cure the other problem, but it stopped the other problem. It just put the other problem on hold or whatever, and then the other problem may not come back, but that just gained another problem. See, the doctors need to make money off of you. And how they make money off of you? Do insurance. The insurance companies need money because they need money off of you, and you paying these insurance companies. But you look at it, why I gotta pay the doctor and then I gotta turn around and pay the insurance companies? Like I gotta get a doctor a deductible, but my medical insurance may be like $200 to $400, but I still gotta get this doctor $1,500. You get what I'm saying? Like if the insurance cover this, but I still gotta get a doctor this. Shouldn't in a whole year your insurance cover what it's supposed to cover? I mean, that's how I see it. Like, okay, well, but I'm saying that to say this. We can go all day talking about these doctors. The only thing I could tell anybody is do your own research, do your own homework. Don't try to be your own doctor. Please don't though. Don't try to be your own pharmacist either. Don't try to do none of that. Not unless you really gonna go into practice and what they practice and find another loop around. But please, if you do that, make sure you know what you're doing. Cause if you don't, then you're gonna screw yourself up. That's why I'm trying to say you still need them. You still need them. You can't go and say I don't need my doctor no more. You can't say that. No, you can't say that because you playing both. You just. I'ma just say this. Know enough to do enough with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Know enough to do enough with yourself. Study what you need to know and listen to what that doctor tell you. You know what I'm saying? Listen to what that doctor tell you to whatever. Follow what that doctor say. But if you need to further what that doctor say, do what you do. People that sell you cars, or matter of fact, shops that fix your cars. They'll get you all day. They'll get you with a high price. Definitely if you don't know what you're going in there for. Everything work in ways. You can look and read up what to do with a car part. And you go to a shop and you gonna get that car fixed up. What do you think they gonna do? They gonna overcharge you. They gonna make you feel like, oh yeah, you gotta do this and do that. And then another thing, the cause is just like I said with the computer. It's gonna be another problem on the day. They fixed this, but now I gotta go get this fixed. Now you kicking out more money. You know? Now you kicking out more money. So it's nothing in this world that's gonna help you get the whole thing fixed, because every business is about money. And look, I don't want to talk religion, but you know, when you go on some of these churches, when you go on some of them, they give you the word. Give you the word what you want to hear that day. I said some, so don't come for me, y'all. I'm just letting y'all know some of these spots are business. Some run organically, some run in business, some just want your money. You know, they pass that collection plate around more than you pass it. And every time you turn around, you pulling money out of your pocket. It's a business, you know, from funeral homes to emergency rooms to lawyers to doctors to police officers. It's all a business, and they all work hand in hand. You think they don't work hand in hand? How a funeral home going to continue their business? They need bodies. For real, they need bodies. If they don't got a body, how they making their money? Same with a doctor. If a doctor lose a patient and don't have no patient at all, they don't get paid. You see what I'm saying? So everything work hand in hand. You are what they would call you nothing to them. Them doctors don't really care about you. Yeah, you can have a long conversation with them, and I ain't saying all of them like that. You know, some of them really care. So that's why I said some of them really care. But at the end of the day, the majority of them there because they need to pay off some of that debt they had. They need to pay some of them bills down. They need to pay for that mortgage they got. So you sitting there, you sit up there and you think that doctor just, oh yeah, oh no, they smiling in your face because you get ready to pay something for them. And I'm not, and like I said, I'm not down talking. No, I'm just speaking what I see. You know, so that's why I'm saying I just wouldn't want nobody to go in this whole thing and just think that, you know, you not being looked at as just my paycheck. That's all, you know, and I just would want to help somebody out as far as researching, you know, what you got to take and put in your body and stuff like that, and just let you know that the evil corrupted world and put a lot of stuff out there for us to breathe and get sick. A lot of bad foods for us to eat and get sick. You think you eating to get healthy? No, you eating to keep going because you ever find yourself hurting somewhere and the pain just come out of nowhere? Your leg break down on you, your back start hurting and break down on you, your body just start breaking down on you. You think that's just happening because of age? No, it's people younger than a 50, 60-year-old and their bodies feel like that. You want me to tell you why? It's because how they treating their bodies. You know what I'm saying? It's how you treat it. Your body supposed to get the right nourishment in it. That's why your body need all the right nourishment. And no, I'm not talking about that bad process. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about that bad process. That bad process stuff is doing nothing. It's not breaking down right. It's not breaking down in your body right. It's not helping no parts in your cells. It's not where it's going. You know, it's not going nowhere. It's not treating your organs right. You know, I got a fatty liver just for eating stuff that I should. Now I'm looking like I thought only alcoholics get fatty liver. No, the doctor said no. You know, it's what I ate. It's what I was eating. I was going out buying all that fast food at one time. You know, I basically like harmed my inside. My stomach messed up. You know, I don't got a normal stomach no more. And that come from me, you know, because when you working, You don't got time to come in the house, and definitely my work hours, it was 12 45 to 9 at one time, and then 12:30 to 9 to something like that. But it was late. So when I got home, sometimes it depends. It's rare because I didn't feel like cooking at the work. You know what I'm saying? So the next day, I would have to get up and try to get up early in the morning to do that. But then it's just like, shoot, I'm tired from the night before. But it pushed you to go to these restaurants. When I would go to work, McDonald's was right across the street from my job. Man, I used to work at a McDonald's, so I remember it was a time I didn't want to eat McDonald's. But when I started working at this new job, I was like, oh, shoot, there go my meal right there. And them burgers was 99 cents and stuff like that. I would get the double cheeseburger and stuff like that, and the McChicken and stuff with them fries and stuff. And it was cheap. It was cheap. I would pay what? No more than $3-4 for my meal. But sometimes too, I would just get the double cheeseburger, the fries, and like I said, $3. And I gonna get me a soda. I have a soda with it. And I was drinking Pepsis. I was addicted to Pepsis, y'all. I messed myself up though. Not eating right. Not eating right. That's why I'm here today to sit up here and talk this when I'm talking, because I experience a lot of stuff dealing with my body, and I still ain't tell y'all the whole part of it. I'm just sharing this a little bit of stuff that I did wrong with food that caused me the problems that I'm going through. And thank God I'm still here. Thank God I'm still here. Thank God I'm still here to talk to y'all about it. And if I want to stay here, I got to do more. I got to do better, right? So I just pray everybody else do better. I'll see y'all with the next segment.
Cause of death in every country of the world by the end of this century. According to research, certain foods have an important influence on the risk of developing certain types of cancer, including cancers of the digestive tract. So, in this video we are going to look at some of the well-known cancer-causing foods. Number 1. Processed meat and unprocessed red meat. Processed meat is any type of meat that has been preserved by smoking, salting, curing, or canning. Hot dogs, salami, sausages, ham, corned beef, and beef jerky are some examples for processed meats. Smoking and cooking meat at high temperatures can generate carcinogenic compounds. In addition, curing meat with nitrites can form carcinogens called nitroso compounds. Moreover, processed and unprocessed red meat also contain heme iron, which has a cytotoxic effect on the gut. The two most common cancers associated with the consumption of processed meat are the colorectal and breast cancer. Number 2. Alcohol. Alcohol consumption is associated with an increased risk of cirrhosis, which can lead to liver cancer. Alcohol is broken down into acetaldehyde by the liver. Acetaldehyde is a carcinogenic compound which promotes DNA damage and oxidative stress. It also impairs the immune function, which makes it difficult for the body to fight against cancer cells. Esophageal cancer and estrogen receptor-positive breast cancer are associated with increased alcohol consumption. Number 3. Very hot beverages. Consumption of very hot drinks such as tea, chocolate, and coffee is associated with the development of esophageal cancer. Number 4. Salt-preserved food. Eating large amounts of salted foods, such as salt-preserved fish, is associated with an increased risk of stomach cancer. It is thought to be caused by the salt itself or by carcinogens derived from the nitrites in many preserved foods. Salted foods also increase the risk of Helicobacter pylori infection, which is the most common cause of chronic gastritis. Infection with Helicobacter pylori also increases the risk of developing stomach cancer. Number 5. Fried foods. When starchy foods are cooked at high temperatures, a compound called acrylamide is formed. Some of these foods include fried potato products like French fries and potato chips. Research indicates that acrylamide is a highly carcinogenic compound, which induces DNA damage and cell death. Eating a lot of fried foods also increases the risk of type 2 diabetes and obesity. These conditions can promote oxidative stress and inflammation, further increasing the risk of cancer.
Welcome back to the SK1 News Show. SK1 News. Alright, y'all, so look. I'm off GMOs right now, I shared a little story with y'all, but I haven't talked about old Joe in a while. You know? A lot of people, once again, I feel like it's 2020 all over again. I feel like this race is going the same way that it went in 2020. Don't y'all feel that? But see, I'm going to tell y'all this. I didn't like Trump. And the majority of y'all that heard the SK1 show in 2020, the majority of y'all know that I didn't like Trump. Y'all know it. Because I said it. I said it even until election time came. But I do remember saying this. I don't want Joe Biden to win either. So I said I wasn't going to vote. But I did say this. Be careful what you ask for. I said that. I said be careful what you ask for. Because you might get what you don't want. Definitely you might get what you don't want. And I remember some of the stuff Joe Biden was saying and all this and all that. I remember all of that stuff he was talking. I remember when he won. I kept quiet on him for a little bit because I had to feel him out a little bit more. But I already spotted what he was going to do. I already, seen it. But that was something that I spotted. And I was like, yeah. Because you got to look at the smile and the little grins and stuff that he did. And how he tried to have a lot of same thing he doing now, bringing all these black celebrities in and stuff like that. He basically did what Hillary Clinton did. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell y'all this. I'm sorry if I got some Democrats in here. Hey, I'm not Democrat and I'm not Republican. I'm not either. I don't care about either one of the parties. So, if y'all hear me bashing, if y'all want to continue on listening, I'm not going to say nothing weird though. I'm going to have y'all running from me having this talk. But I'm just letting y'all know where I stand with this whole political stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just letting y'all know that I don't care about either one of the parties. So that is my right and my I have a right to have my opinion on it. Just like when y'all say it's the best of two evils, here we go. Why do y'all say the best of two evils? Like, we gotta make a change somewhere. We got to. We really do. We got to do better. Like, is this the only thing y'all worried about? Not even worried about your local state. You know what I'm saying? With your local governors, your local mayors, your local this, your local that. We don't have a right to vote for presidents, really. Yeah, we got a right to go and vote. Yeah, we can go and vote all day. But remember, I told y'all, the presidents is not elected. They are selected. You got what I'm saying? They are selected, not elected. And sometimes popular votes don't get you nowhere. It's whoever they want in chair. The presidents are being controlled by puppet masters. You think that these presidents just running this country by themselves and nobody up there but a higher elite not telling them what to do? Come on, they put that fool Donald Trump in chair. They wanted him in chair. They knew he was a fool. I'm quite sure Hillary would have won because she had popular votes. Popular votes. People looking like, well, she had more votes than Trump. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. They didn't want Hillary in there. So Hillary going against who? Oh, Trump. So remember, y'all said it's the best of two evils. It was the best of two evils there. One evil just got in. And that was the orange man. The orange man got in, and that's what happened. He got in. He did 4 years. And look, them 4 years was not that great. He was trying to make it great again, but he didn't make it all that great. But I'm going to tell you one thing that orange man did that this old Joe didn't do. The economy was a lot better than it is now. And a lot of people going to say this. Well, we wouldn't do the pandemic and all this. He only had 4 years in jail. How you expect him to this and that? No. If this man got time to sit up there and had funds to send over to another country and support another country, give another country money and stuff like that, instead of taking care of his own country, then why didn't he do it? Oh, but we going back to the pandemic. The pandemic was in 2020. We talking about the pandemic. The pandemic is no longer a pandemic. And we still don't have no money over here. Oh, why? Because Joe gave all the money to another country. He support migrants. And don't support the United States. Oh, wow. He came down to Baltimore because of the little bridge thing. Oh, I'm going to help put some funding in, the whole thing with the bridge. Here go Brandon Scott sitting up there just looking like, come on, get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. Look, as a Baltimore citizen, oh, Joe, we appreciate everything you did to help with that bridge. But I'm going to tell y'all, look, us as United States citizens, we going to pay for that. The federal government just gave the city of Baltimore, I forgot how much money to do this bridge. But guess what? It's coming out of our tax money. Another way of taking money from us. Oh, Joe just didn't do that from the kindness of his heart. But I bet you over in them other countries, they ain't had to pay for it. They ain't got to pay for it. Migrants getting free living over here and stuff like that. While we still got homeless people out there on the street that live here in the United States. Nobody want to talk about that. Y'all want to talk about every good thing that y'all think that Joe Biden did. Joe Biden did not do anything. Oh, and then let's not talk about that stimulus money. Joe Biden didn't give you that last stimulus check. If y'all want to talk about that, that came from Donald Trump. The child tax credit, that came from Donald Trump. Did Donald Trump do good on the pandemic? Nope. He was telling people to inject bleach in them. And people was fools to listen to him. But I'm going to tell you one thing Orange Man did. Orange Man made sure the United States of America had money. We broke. We broke. There's no money here. Joe Biden gave all the money to another country. And look, I'm not saying that he can't help another country, but dang, what about us? What about us? We ain't had no fight in that war over there. I mean, some of our soldiers probably was over there. Y'all think some of our soldiers, so you had to help some of our soldiers, but come on, man. Come on. Y'all sent down soldiers over there. Y'all sent them over there. They ain't asked to go over there. Man, well, when they signed up for the army and stuff like that, this is what they vow to do. You know, they vow to do that. And I get that. But I know the other presidents made sure they took care of their country. And if they needed to help another country, they would. And that, I'm going to say, is always a Democrat that go for Mr. Obama. Yeah, Mr. Obama. Mr. Obama passed a lot of laws that he should not have passed. Oh, people think I'm going to be on Obama's side because he black? Because he was the first black president? If that's what y'all want me to say? Because Mr. Obama was the first black president. I should be just, whoo. I voted for him 2 times. I voted for Obama 2 times. In both of the terms. Look where we at. Look where we at. You know? And I'm not saying Obama did a worse job than what Biden doing. Obama did a lot better than Biden. Obama did a lot better than Biden. I'm just saying, in a Democrat way, you know what I'm saying? I just look at the whole thing. So when y'all tell me to vote because of the best of 2 evil, who am I voting for? Because if I'm telling you I don't like either side, but y'all telling me to vote because y'all don't want Trump to win, y'all basically telling me to vote Democrat. That's basically what y'all telling me. What if I vote Republican? So either way, it's like, if I don't vote, people got something to say. If I do vote Republican, people got something to say. But if I vote Democrat, oh, y'all happy. Y'all happy that I'm on the side with y'all. I don't have to go out there and vote. And I done heard this many and plenty of time our ancestors fought hard for us to go out there and vote. How many times we gonna hear this? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm young. Not that young. But I come from a different era. I'm an 80s baby. So I come from a different era. I'm sorry. And then I'm not sorry. You know? I'm just saying. We are tired of all of the stuff that's been happening over the years. And we keep getting the same thing that goes on and on and on. You think Democrats not be complaining right now? And then they tell you, oh, if you don't vote, then you shouldn't complain at all. Well, shoot, I'm going to complain when I vote. I'm going to complain when I don't vote. That's all Democrats. They talk the same. If I was on any party, I go Republican. But I'm not going Republican either because it's the same. They just handle things a little different. And they real conservative with their money. So, don't mind me because Yeah, this call me out of this. Call me out of this. I don't care who win. If a Democrat win, I don't care. If a Republican win, I don't care. I just know I got these fools in there for the next 4 years. We all got them in there for the next 4 years. So if Trump win, y'all, we dealing with him for the next 4 years. If Biden win, we dealing with him for the next 4 years. Evil is evil. We gonna get it evil way. You talking about cause if would you rather get stabbed or shot? I mean, call it what you call it. They both gonna kill me. If somebody stab me, right, I might get a chance living being stabbed and getting the chance living than being shot. You know, I might feel the pain, but at the same time, we can still live from a bullet. You know, come on with that. So I'm not, I did 15 minutes on this because, I'm just tired of this whole thing. I've been saying it in 2020 and I'm saying it again. If you love who you vote, if you're Democrat, big up to you. If you Republican, big up to you. But I'm not in this fight. I'm not in this fight. Much love to you, whoever you love. I'm not in this fight. I don't care. I don't care about either side. I really don't. They not doing nothing for us. So I really don't care about either side. And I think just like we all got a right to vote, I think we should also have a right not to vote. I don't think nobody should point the finger at somebody because they state that they not going out there and vote. You can't tell a person to vote for whoever you want them to vote for, because you want that person in chair and you don't want the other person in chair. It's at the end of the day, a decision is based on that particular person. That's why they had the voting booths where though people have it where another person can't see who a person vote for. You vote that vote in your private thoughts, and you hit the little buttons and say who you vote for. That's because that's between you and whoever you vote for. You ain't gotta say nothing. You ain't gotta have a conversation who you vote for. Somebody's like, who you vote for? None of your business. You know what I'm saying? Did you vote? None of your business. Why you in my business? You know what I'm saying? I mean, and that's what I think that people missing out on. We got the right to do and not to do. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think nobody should be criticized. I'm not going to criticize you as a Democrat, and I'm not going to criticize you as a Republican. I'm going to congratulate you on either side. But don't criticize me either when I say I don't want to vote. That's all I'm saying. I don't, why? Why? I shouldn't be judged because I don't want to vote. And I hear a lot, oh, well, because there's a lot of young ones out there, they not voting. They not doing what they supposed to do. This is why we getting into what we getting into. Well, shoot, you ask me, we've been worse for the past 4 years. So what's going to be the difference? We already out of inflation money. I mean, come on. All right, y'all, I'll be back because I got video clips in between this. I'm sorry I went a little over this one. All right, see y'all when I come back.
Good morning and welcome to Rising. We've got another great show for you today. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hello and good morning, Brianna.
Hello and good morning, Robbie.
Well, should we get to some news?
Let's get right into it. Some bad news on the economy with new inflation numbers coming in hot. U.S. inflation grew in the month of March, hitting a 3.5% increase for the past year, the highest gain in the past 6 months, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. 3 months in a row, numbers have been looking sour hour. Prices were unchanged from February's 0.4% gain, but up from January's 0.3% increase. So it's become clear that high inflation numbers are not just a fluke. Surging gas prices and sky-high housing costs contributed significantly to the increases. Rising inflation is also due to the surging costs of auto insurance, vehicle repairs, hospital services, and of course, food.
President Joe Biden said yesterday that he still expected the Federal Reserve would indeed cut interest rates, but the new data suggests that could be pushed to later in this year. He said, quote, "I do stand by my prediction that before the year is out, there will be a rate cut. This may delay it a month or so. I'm not sure of that." Now, the stock markets have reacted quite negatively to the news, with the S&P 500 and NASDAQ down 1% each, and the Russell 2000 index down 3%. That's according to the New York Times. So this is not great news for Joe Biden. I think the hope had been that maybe this was kind of a fluke, what was going on with the high inflation earlier, but it's remained, I hear everyone using the word stubbornly high beyond the anticipations of the Federal Reserve, the experts, and of course, this has a huge impact on President Biden's approval rating. So many Americans, gettable voters for him, citing inflation as one of their top, if not their top, concern. One of the questions on which Trump leads Biden the most is on handling of the economy, and so this is not great news for the administration.
Yeah, I spoke to an economist named Fidel Kaboub about a year ago when this inflation debate was really roiling, and he pointed out that there are two stories going on. The reason that there can be this kind of macro tale of how things are getting better is because inflation is concentrated in a few industries that happen to be very significant for working class and low-income people, but in the grand aggregate of the American economy can have a small enough effect that the overall numbers can be perceived as positive. And you can attribute some of the gap between is the country doing well or isn't the country doing well perception-wise to that fact. So education, housing, healthcare, transportation, food. These are sectors where there are longer-term systemic problems in those industries. We've been talking about the rising costs of colleges. We've been talking about high gas prices that were affected by the pandemic and the fallout therefrom. The same with some of these other kind of global supply chain issues that affected the rate of new houses being constructed. But what we should be asking ourselves, yes, of course, the current president gets the blame for what the economy is doing, regardless of whether or not it's fair. If that's just the way it is, Biden has to deal with it. But what are the policy prescriptions being offered by the two major candidates in the race right now that are actually geared toward turning this around? And what we're seeing is, I think, a kind of a lackadaisical attitude from Republicans who will, I think, rightly criticize that this is a problem. But when it comes to any kind of policy solutions that would help boost the lower and working class people who have been falling behind despite higher productivity and higher earnings over the course of the last 40 years, you get, the poor don't deserve to have higher salaries. And we have a clip to this end from Jesse Waters complaining about the possibility of raising the minimum wage for fast food workers in particular. Let's take a look.
If you're making $20 an hour to work at a fast food restaurant, right? Is that six figures? Are you making?
No. 40 grand. 50 is just two exits and add a few zeros.
Yeah. Okay, so
$40K a year.
Okay,
full time.
$40K a year.
Yeah.
So, and then if your husband or wife is also there, you're making $100,000 as a family.
Sure.
Both working at McDonald's.
80
grand. That is okay. That's crazy. That is crazy, because that job really doesn't require much. So it's inflating the entire, labor sector and the Happy Meal. And the Happy Meal.
Unhappy, very unhappy.
So as out of touch as Biden is, don't you think that also is not a winning message for Republicans?
Look, I don't think he came off particularly well there. Obviously, I don't want to disparage fast food workers or fast food. I think there's perfectly fine dignity in doing fast food work, and I think employees at McDonald's or whatever else should advocate for and get whatever wages they deserve or are owed. I totally and utterly oppose the minimum wage, and in fact, that would have, or many economists think, raising the minimum wage would make inflation worse, because if employers have to pay their employees more, then one of the automatic things they do to recoup those lost costs or profits from them is to raise the price of the service that they're offering, right?
Yeah, and there was a viral tweet that went around about a week ago where a conservative person had posted higher prices at McDonald's as a consequence of, I think, California raising its minimum wage. And they were complaining about what I think amounted to a 40% price differential over a whole meal's worth of food, all so that the people who work there can have a living wage. And they got dogpiled in the comments because most people say, oh, I am also a worker. I'm not just a consumer. And if I can afford the products that I'm making and there's only a small fraction of an increase, then that's actually a good deal. And it's worth noting we are living in the largest period of time in American history since the start of the minimum wage, in which the minimum wage has not in fact been raised. And if we price adjusted the minimum wage from 1965 to now, even if you just agree that it should stay at a baseline and that it shouldn't go up astronomically, then already fast food workers today are earning less on the dollar than fast food workers in 1960 and in 1965 rather. And in 1965, the cost of living was extraordinarily lower than it is
But if you
today.
make McDonald's pay them more than McDonald's thinks the value of their labor is worth, they're going to replace them all with the automatic cashier, the machine, the robot anyway. So how will that help them?
Is the argument that McDonald's isn't doing that anyway because capitalism tries to chase the lowest labor costs it can no matter what? When people make that argument,
but the government artificially accelerating it is not something
when people make that argument, it's kind of pretending like we're in this fake reality where businesses aren't doing that and aren't going to do that regardless of whether or not
but they're going to do
you
it
raise the
faster
minimum wage.
if the government subsidizes
That hasn't panned out. That's actually not true.
I mean, it is true.
So the question is, if you actually are invested in the well-being of workers, how can you simultaneously be arguing they shouldn't get higher wages?
I'm not going to help.
And also, I'm not going to
destroy their jobs.
And also, I'm not going to protect them from actually having their jobs cut and jobs move overseas. When we talk about other sectors of workers, including manufacturers, we understand that there should be policy interventions to prevent companies from simply globalizing their jobs out of existence. And now, the average a working class worker in America is not someone who works in a factory. It is someone who works in retail or fast food. And I think we have to have a public consciousness around that. If we really are committed to blue collar workers, these are the blue collar workers.
Well, right, but
today.
you knocked Republicans for not having a good strategy, and I'm saying they don't subscribe to these policies because they don't think they work. They think.
I think that's right. They don't. According to that Jesse Waters clip, he apparently doesn't understand that if you earn $20 an hour, that does not make you someone who makes six figures a year. I mean, that's deeply, embarrassingly out of touch. Not understand that $20 an hour is only $40,000 a year. And then trying to flip that into $100,000 a year. We're saying, well, if two of you are working that salary, does he understand what childcare costs are? Does he understand what food costs are? Does he understand what transportation costs are? What healthcare costs are? The punditry on both sides of the aisle is wildly out of touch. But at very least, Democrats aren't actively fighting against some of these policy initiatives to at least buoy the status quo.
Well, what some Democrats are doing is denying there's a problem at all.
Yeah, I love this clip. I
Jim
grabbed this clip
Clyburn,
for us because I really wanted to talk about this. I think it's really fair to talk about both sides of the aisle, which is why I want you to take a look at how delusional and out of touch some Democrats, like establishment Democrat Jim Clyburn, are on this as well.
I do believe, just from my own observations, from the conversations I've had with people, there are concerns about things like inflation. But what we've got to get them to see is that inflation today is about 40% of what it was when Joe Biden took office. And so the inflation rates are down and people's incomes are up. Unemployment is on the decrease. And although we see the prices at the stores costing more money, people are in fact earning greater incomes.
All right, so Democrats are just in a denial phase. Anything to protect Joe Biden, anything to defend Joe Biden's reputation, they're going to do. So they might not be actively fighting against some of these measures. Some of them are, by the way. Not every Democrat is for raising the minimum wage. As we saw in a really embarrassing speech from the mayor of Minneapolis last week, where he's asking, Well, is this a slippery slope? What's next? If we raise the minimum wage for this industry, should we raise the minimum wages for all industries? And some of the people in the audience behind him are looking very uncomfortable as he's making this very anti-progressive pitch. But as you can see, I think voters, again, are disaffected because there are very few solutions coming down the pike from both sides of the aisle. And this is why it's so important. When you look at the share of the American adults who are actually a part of the middle class, 1971 compared to today, or when these numbers were taken in 2021, there were 61% of Americans in 1971 who were middle class. Today, that's gone down to 50. And it's because all of the gains we've seen have grown upper income workers. So they've gone from being 14% of the population to 21% of the population. And lower income workers, wage growth has been slower at pace than both middle class and upper class voters. So
isn't that just saying more of the middle class got into the upper class?
No, because what I was just trying to say, Robbie, was that the lower income voters have got lower income Americans have gone from 25% to 29%. So what we're seeing is what labor gains exist have been going to the very, very rich, the top 1%. And we're also seeing that coming at the direct expense of the middle class who are increasingly being pushed into the poor. So we have more low income Americans now than we did back in 1971, despite more productivity. What are the policy prescriptions that are going to speak to that? What are Biden and Trump going to do about housing?
Making it easier to build more houses, making it easier to start new businesses, making it easier to employ Americans. Those are all policies that I advocate today.
Welcome back to SK1 News. All right, y'all. You know, I'm sorry about that rant. You know, I just sat back and I'm just, you know, I had my opinions on things, and you know, I feel as though, you know, we are entitled and have our rights to things, you know, and I mean, I don't think we should be criticized for anything we have our rights to. Now, if it's not harming or doing anything to somebody, and I understand this is a worldwide thing, so, well, this is a countrywide thing, really. And you know, it take all of us to, you know, fix it. But how about this? If we all focus on what's right, and we all come together, we can build our own party. You got the independent party. I vote for an independent before I vote for them two. If I go and vote, independent never win. Now you want me to go and vote, and you say go and vote independent, because I'm independent. So I go and vote an independent. You know? But I'm not going to sit up there and vote no daggone Biden or no Trump. You know what I mean? I ain't going to sit up there and do that. You know, or we just build our own party. They did it. They did it years ago. Don't think it just stopped there. Them leaders that fought hard to get a lot of stuff going, you think we all can't stand up and fight? Why we gotta work with the same system? The same system that been killing and destroying us every daggone day. The devil stay busy, don't he? I mean, like I said, the devil stay busy, and the world stay going, and a lot of other crazy stuff happening. You know, I just, you know, I'm just tired of a lot of stuff. You know, I'm getting to that point where, as though, you know, I see a problem and I discuss a problem. You know, and that's just my opinion. You know, everybody don't think the same, and I'm not asking everybody to think the same. I'm not telling nobody to not go out there and vote. If you gonna go and vote, go and vote. You know, that's what you want to do it. You know, I'm not gonna tell nobody don't go out there and vote. I might be on this show one day and tell people vote. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, I tell you to go and vote. I won't tell you not to vote. You know, if you tell me you gonna vote for this person, vote for that person, vote for who you gonna vote for. You know, That's who you. If you want to vote Republican, vote Republican. That's the problem. This country is too divided. It's too divided. There's a lot of division going on. You know, we are divided from stuff that we shouldn't even be divided from. You know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, you can't tell nobody how to live. You know, you can't tell nobody how to live. Yeah, there's a lot of belief and disbelief. We all don't believe in want no parts of, and you can't make nobody be a part of it either. You know, you got your right to choose who you want to be a part of. What and I don't even think it should be groups, because groups is division. When you got a certain group, it is division. Yeah, we also learn how to multiply, add, subtract, and all of that. But divide is like one of the main things that's happening in this country as far as dividing us as people. I think we all should be equal to anything. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, races only come when you pull the race card on a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happened with us as African Americans, but on the same time, you know, we don't get the right respect we should get, and that's the only reason why I say we should build our own way. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going to this party, that party for help. That party ain't gonna save you. Just like there's a lot of things. That party ain't gonna save you. You think that party gonna save you and get you out of your mess? And sometimes you in the mess because of the party you in help you get into. Well, they don't help you get yourself into the mess, but the party make it difficult for some people, to get out of situations that they in, because some people can't afford a lot of stuff. Like in this economy we in now with this inflation, we can't afford a lot of stuff. So some people go out there, they rob, kill, steal, whatever, just to get food on their table. And this is how the world in this country got people thinking that you need this to get that. You need this to get that, just to get by. You do anything just to get by. Lord Ray down the street needs something to eat, so I gotta go out there and do what I gotta do. I gotta hustle. I gotta go out there and do that. A woman, go out there, strip or whatever, and do whatever, or go somewhere like a OnlyFans or something like that, and show off, And man, I'm gonna tell you, it's getting real crazy out there. You know what I'm saying? It's getting real crazy out there. It's not nothing, safe no more. It's not nothing hitting no more. You don't need to be in your own bedroom in your house with your significant other. Women is showing it all. Soon as you open IG up, that's all you see. You know what I'm saying? You don't even gotta follow the person. You know what I'm saying? It just pop up. You know what I'm saying? So, and that also come from who your friends is on social media too. So, I mean, I'm just saying, it's there. You could just walk out the door now. Walk out the door. Walk out the door, take a look. So you walk out the door, take a look. Shaking your head. Shaking your head. You know what I'm saying? You shaking your head because you know where it stem from. It'll stem from music videos back in the day. You know what I'm saying? These new music videos today, sex sell. I remember when I worked on music like that, and I wanted to do a music video, to get the whole thing is that I would have had to find a vixen. I would have had to pay a vixen. During that time, you would have had to pay a vixen. You know what I'm saying? To be in your video. This is how you sell your music. This is what was taught, though. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably why I never had a music video. Because I made this one song, and I was planning on hiring somebody, and um yeah, we was getting ready to get it set up and stuff like that. At the time though, I didn't have the equipment for the cameras and stuff like that. I had the equipment to edit because I edit a lot, but I didn't have the right equipment, for the camera and stuff like that. So I was gonna you know, sell my CDs $5 on the street, just give them out samples and then sell them. I didn't have the platform that I got now, and I wish I had this platform. Boy, I wish I had this platform because the songs that I made back then, yeah, I would have definitely put out as singles. Um, yeah, I definitely would have put them songs out back then. But that my mindset back then ain't on this mindset. This mindset wouldn't release no music like that. Me now, I would not release the music that I made when I was in my 20s. I would not release that music. Me now, I'm on just like a different page, like, yeah, I would not, and that's really a long time ago. But I can honestly say this is what they wanted back then. This is why you see people like Puffy and in the situation they in. You know what I'm saying? Puffy on down to Jay-Z, on down to Cisco, on down to a lot of them celebrities back in the day with Hottie, Video Vixen, and some of them video vixens wasn't just only getting paid for the videos, man. These artists was hitting them off. I mean, shoot, they did the video, but then they got a bonus at the end of that video. And yeah, it's documentary out there. There's a lot of documents that a lot of them vixens would tell you, like, yeah, and some may probably. I don't understand the ones that say they was uncomfortable, because if you was uncomfortable knowing the video, why would you do it? Knowing what you was getting yourself into, you see it. You had it all around you, but you chose to be a vixen and didn't know what a vixen, so I didn't understand that one. But to the ones that knew what they was getting themselves into, they was proud to say it. But some of them later on would come back and try to get the artist for having them doing that in that video. But you gotta remember, you signed to that. You gotta remember, so it's not. I don't think none of the video vixens can come out and not unless that artist that he had some kind of agreement with, though. The video vixen told the artist, "Yeah, this all I'm doing. I'm gonna do this in this video, nothing more, nothing less. And then one of the artists, if the artist didn't put a pill in their drink or something like that and got them like that, then yeah, that's when it become an allegation and all this other stuff, and then they investigated them. So I think that's what happened with some of that stuff. But I'm just letting y'all know that the industry, the world, all the media, all of that stuff, man. I'm telling y'all, it's all in the same way of things, and don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. They put out this scary message that have everybody running out scared. They'll tell you a big earthquake get ready to come. And I'm going to say this in the state of Maryland. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't get earthquakes like that. We had little mini, because it came from certain areas, but we don't get earthquakes. But if they tell the state of Maryland that it's going to be the worst earthquake coming, more than any other city, I bet you everybody run out there and run scared. Run scared. And we will. I'm gonna tell you that because we never had a real earthquake. We over here, that normally happen over on the West Coast, So I'm just saying, I that's just a scenario. I'm just doing, something then, if the media tell you something, you're gonna run scared, you're gonna run and buy about the whole story. Like when the pandemic came, they went out and bought all that daggone toilet paper up. I remember that, boy. They didn't, boy, you couldn't find a roll of Scotch tissue nowhere. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't even find some Lysol. I remember that. So a lot of this stuff is scare tactic. So why should I sit up there and want to go out there and vote for, you know, I'm not, I'm not, I'm not. Thank y'all for listening. It's been good. You know what I'm saying? It's been good. This is the last segment. I normally go into another part, but this is the last segment. I only did 4 segments. Sorry about the little rambling. Sometimes I get on my segments and I ramble, but you could tell this is the last segment because I just wanted to talk. This is not my regular segment. I already did my segment on GMOs and Biden. I will be back with some more news. So I appreciate everybody that took the time to listen. No offense to whoever party, what party you on, I don't like Democrats and I don't like Republicans. You know what I'm saying? So, look, I don't care, I really don't, but if if Biden or Trump get in, I don't know. Biden or Trump. So I hope whoever like who they like get the person they like. You know, somebody gotta win. When you watching football, somebody gotta win. Maybe your team won't win today. Maybe your team will. Somebody gotta win. Can't be a draw. Now let's Biden win by default. You know what I mean? And Lord knows, I ain't gonna talk about that vice president. Yeah, nobody want her in either. Nobody want her in there. She just as lost as Biden. She lost, boy. Can't tell me she ain't lost, boy. She lost. And look, she showed more of her Indian side than she do her black side. And look at this. I told y'all, he picked her because he was black so he could keep black voters voting for him. You know what I'm saying? Just like when he went to what is that, cookout in North Carolina. When he went to cookout in North Carolina and went to this black family house, sat down and talked to them about the trying to pass a little student loan thing and stuff like that, having a conversation and all, acting like like this what he do. Yeah, look. Him and Kamala Harris, they gonna get out there, man, and they gonna show off. And look, primary get ready to come up, so they gonna really show off. They gonna show off. Biden ain't got no other choice but to show off, though. He gotta do everything he need to do because Trump is in the lead right now. Trump is in the lead, and a lot of people scared Trump gonna win. And yeah, if Trump do win, he coming back with the vengeance. You know what I'm saying? He coming back. This crazy fool think he won the election in 2020. I don't think something wrong with him. Trump ain't win nothing in 2020. The person you see right there, that old Joe, that he won it. Trump ain't win nothing. Talking about he won. I say, yeah, okay. Yeah, Trump was sipping on, I don't know, when he had that COVID, it might have messed his brain up or something like that. Trump crazy if he thought he won that. No, buddy, you ain't win that one. You gonna win this one, but you ain't win that last one. Yeah, people tired of old Joe, so you gonna win this. A lot of Democrats went over to Republicans because they tired of old Joe. They ain't trying to hear nothing on Joe Biden got to say. Joe Biden ain't winning this one, y'all. I'm just gonna let y'all know that one. But if he do win, he better step up. He better step up to win, because I'm telling you, a lot of Democrats have turned their back on Joe. A lot. A lot. And I see it every day. I like, dang. And a lot of people say the same thing. He messed the economy up. That's the main reason why old Joe is not going to win. He messed the economy up. Like, look, saying the pandemic did it is the easiest way to say it. You can, I'm quite sure you're going to blame it on the pandemic. We just went through it. When your time coming in, you came in on the worst time. But you going to use the pandemic as the excuse. That's why we broke now, huh? We ain't got no money. Don't care what you done. You ain't do it for everybody. I'll tell you that. Every time you turn around, he love to throw this black person in. You know what I mean? And whatever black person in, I'm happy for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Big up to y'all. For real, boy. I'm telling you. You know, hey, I wouldn't even mind have been around. You know what I mean? Shoot, this dude got me a job. You think I wouldn't take it? I take it. I take it. I'll run with it. You know what I mean? It's another job. You know what I mean? But don't think that this fool was sincere doing it, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, when he put Kamala Harris in there, man, yeah, don't think he was sincere putting her in there. He wasn't sincere putting her in there. And she just smile and think that, oh, he put me in and a lot of people smile. No. That's how he got y'all votes. He put her in the chair. And y'all went out there because he put her in the chair. He look, how Obama won. You know, what's the strategy? He did the same strategy. Obama was black. Every black person in the world went out. We all went out. We all went out to vote for Obama. Biden needed some strategy. That means, well, when Obama got a selected in chair, a lot of blacks went out there, young and old, went out there and voted for him. Well, how about this? Let me go and get Kamala to be my running mate. And boy, soon as everybody heard that, she got a little Indian in her, but she black. Yeah, let me go and get on this. Let me shut up, y'all. Let me shut up. I'm about to end this. I'm about to end this news, y'all. I'm sorry. Look, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all week, y'all day, and do what y'all do, y'all. I mean, I'm with whatever y'all do. I'm all for it. I mean, yeah. Just don't criticize me for not doing it. Please don't. I'm only being me. I'm being myself. I'm not gonna be phony to whatever. I'm not gonna lie to nobody. Somebody asks me, I'm gonna tell them no. And please don't try to convince me to do it because I'm not gonna do it. At the end of the day, y'all enjoy y'all week. Y'all stay blessed. Please stay healthy. Please. If you can, stay healthy. We in a world where though there's a lot of unhealthy stuff going on. You love what you love. Just don't, be so much addicted to it that, you harm yourself. And a lot of people say this: we gotta die from something. I mean, that's just a wrong way of saying. Don't do that. Don't do that. We gotta die from something. No, don't help yourself to die. You know what I'm saying? Don't help yourself to die. If you gonna die, you gonna die. But don't help yourself to die. You know what I'm saying? We all gotta die for something. That's what cigarette smokers say. You know what I mean? No. Yeah, I mean, people do what you do, on the same time, I'm just saying, just please be healthy, stay blessed, and, live life to the best. way you know how to live life, but just don't harm yourself in anything that that's not right for you. You know what I'm saying? And that's real. That's real. So everything will be popped up on the screen. I said this was gonna be a short segment today, but most of my segments I done went over. So yeah, this gonna be a long show. I thought it was gonna be short. That came from me ranting though. But I only gonna probably do 2 clips in. I'll do 2 clips in, since I went in over on the segments. So till next time, y'all enjoy, be safe, and I will put some links in the description. This will be on YouTube and on Spotify. So, YouTube, I might have said some stuff on here. If y'all kick me off, then I don't, yeah. It's gonna be on my Spotify though, but yeah, YouTube I done said some stuff. I think I said some stuff. No, I don't think I said much. See y'all.